Hello, Oakland! Data here, and welcome to episode 2 of the Oakland Athletics franchise mode here on MLB The Show 20. In the last one, it was a big introductory episode to MLB as a whole, taking a look over our rosters, our coaches, our scouts, our lineups, the pitching rotations, the depth, AAA, AA, prospects, free agents, blah, blah, blah. We did all that good stuff. And wow, there is a lot to go over. I would just like to preface this episode by saying thank you to everyone who has thrown out their suggestions, whether it be in the comments section or in the Discord server. It is very much appreciated because, like I said, I might know baseball, but I don't know the show franchise mode. So it has been very helpful to learn about what stats mean the most in simulation, what age do players start to regress, etc., because it's not the same as NHL franchise mode. Also, thank you to everyone who's willing to give this series a shot. Michael saying I'm excited to learn more about baseball. River Viper saying excited for this series. Apo saying that he's going to give MLB a chance. Wes saying it's going to be great to learn more about baseball through this. So I really appreciate you guys being interested and giving it a shot, because at the end of the day, we're just trying to have fun here. We build a community. It's not just you guys watching me play baseball or whatever. It's us working together to build a dynasty. So very excited. Speaking of building a dynasty, we got a lot of stuff to do. First off, I'm going to deal with the YouTube comments. Mayor0508 Gaming, he says to go after Madison Bumgarner because we have to fix the starting pitching. Mayor, I have made a note of that, and we're going to be touching starting pitching later on, so I will circle back. Chris Chung says it looks like the top prospects are all real in the minor leagues, even down to single A. So, and then Pat replies saying this is the first year that they got the minor league license. Every prior game had generated minor leaguers. So that's why I had originally thought, oh, these guys are all generated. It doesn't really matter if we let them go or whatever. But no, it's actually realistic to keep them because they're part of the franchise, the Oakland Athletics franchise. So thank you, Chris. Thank you, Pat. And now we know. Thank goodness. It's cool to say that AAA, AA, these are real people. So when they come up to the team and we build storylines, this is actually someone we can get on board with, and it's not just a generated computer image. The big first suggestion is coming from Javier Vasquez. He says, just caught up with this video, haven't played in a while, but things look similar from then. First question, are we trying to save money with the team a la Billy Bean? If not, first order of business is to extend Matt Olson ASAP. He's very cheap for a gold glove caliber player. See how much money he wants. Same for Chapman, although it would probably be around $10 million a year. So to answer that first question, I'd say no, not necessarily. Whatever the team gives me, I will spend. Obviously, it's much less in Oakland than in for the Yankees or the Dodgers. But if we have the money, I'm not going to spend the last cent, but I won't be afraid to throw some money around. As for the prospects, before spring training ends, send Luzardo and Puck down to AAA for additional seasoning. Let them develop and keep up with their progress in the meantime until you think they're ready to get promoted. Sending them down before final spring training game should not use one of their 3 minor league options. Be careful with that. So thank you very much, Javier. I did not think about that, the minor league options, because in the NHL, if the guy is not waiver eligible, you can call him up and send him down as much as you like. But look at this right here. At the center of your screen, you'll see minor league option used. During the regular season, if he gets sent down, that is a minor league option, 1 of 3. Then 2 of 3, 3 of 3. After that, to be sent down, he has to go through waivers, and we don't want that. So thank you very much for bringing that to our attention. We'll be sure to send down the people that we want to send down, the bigger names, before spring training ends, if they're not going to be staying on the team, which we still have to figure out. Now, Pat leaves a comment. It starts on the YouTube and it goes over to the Discord, so let's start tackling right now. This is going to be a big chunk of this video, probably the next few minutes. So if you want to listen through Pat's suggestions with me, no problem, or you can just skip ahead and see what comes of them. But Pat, let's do it. Very excited. Bang. Since you're simulating, there are certain ratings I would look for in players and others that will just inflate overalls, but be of little value to you. Your batters will face right-handed pitching about 75% of the time. Weight those numbers accordingly. So if the guy's not so good against right, but really good against left, it doesn't mean as much as if they were good against rights. Mark Canha, for example, is more valuable of a hitter in my eyes than Matt Chapman. So just to illustrate that for a moment, Mark Canha right here, he has those numbers against righties, 73 and 76 for contact and power respectively, and Chapman is 63 and 75 respectively, yet he's a 92 overall and Olsen is an 84. Discipline is key. Walks are as good as singles. Vision just determines how often you strike out. An out is an out in simulation, so it is less meaningful. So we won't care as much about vision as we do about discipline. For pitching, the per 9 stats are key. Velocity, control, and break is meaningless in the simulation, so I would look to sell guys like Puck and maybe look at soft tossing monsters like Ryu, but younger. So looking at Puck right here, he has 99 velocity, which inflates his overall, but when you look at the per 9 stats, the hits and the Ks and all that, it's not as good as you might say. But he is a good prospect with B potential. We may use him as trade bait, we'll see. But just to say, don't be fooled by 99 velocity making you think that they're better than they are. It will be interesting when we go into the game in some time. He's 6'7", by the way. Whenever we go into the game for crucial situations, then it will be good to have players who don't just sim well but also play well. But yeah, you gotta weigh it accordingly. Regression for players 33 and up is fast and without Ruth in the show. Time to sell high on Soraya, and Petit. I'm going to say that the proper French way. I'll make another post suggesting players or stick it on the Discord. Yeah, it is over on the Discord. So we just have to keep note about the ages. It sounds like a clock strikes 12 kind of situation where I always called this in FIFA. Whenever a player whenever the clock strikes 12 on the player's 30th birthday, they lose like 2 attributes on their speed. So I always call it the clock strikes 12 curse. So I'm not sure if that's the case here in MLB, where it's as soon as they hit the 33 age mark, or if it's over the course of that season. But yeah, we'll figure it out. Just good to know that range of age when we want to start looking at maybe dumping players. Now over to the MLB Suggestions channel over on the Discord server. Link in the description if you want to hop in on the conversation or just be part of the channel as a whole. It could be for NHL or just for discussions in general and other news. There were some other comments, but I'm just going to stick with Pat's here for the moment so we can get through all of his, and then we'll look at others. So both he and L. Michaelac67 mention that catching and second base seems to be our biggest holes at the moment. Catcher especially, I would focus on offense. Catcher defense rarely factors into simming in the show. Looking at Austin Allen, for example, he has nice stats in general for a catcher in terms of his arm strength and blocking. But if we could get someone who had maybe same blocking or even less blocking, but better contact and power, that would be favorable within a simulation. First guy I would target is Mitch Garver over on the Twins. Not on a huge deal and is sneakily a top 3 offensive player at his position. Perfect number 5 hitter in my opinion. We will look into him. Second has a lot more options, especially if you look at using players in their secondary positions. So going down to his next suggestion, talking about free agency, for second base, he says 100% get Ben Zobrist on a 1-year deal. He is a perfect leadoff for now. His ability to get on base will be huge. Pat Neshek as well, his 77 overall will simulate like a mid-80s pitcher with his per 9 ratings. His garbage velocity holds his overall down. Henderson Alvarez is worth getting on a 1 or 2 year deal. Not amazing, but his per 9s should sim fine as a 3-5 starter. So that's what we're going to look into in free agency in just a little bit. We're going to take care of the trades first, and then we'll see what holes those lead for the free agent options. But I think Ben Zobrist would be a no-brainer no matter what. Pat goes on to say that he would 100% trade Matt Chapman. He loves him in real life, but he notoriously sims poorly since his overall is largely defense. He is your ticket to a star player that will sim like one. Now, if we're going to be trading Matt Chapman, I'm not opposed to trading Matt Chapman, but if we are, that has to be a team decision, and I won't just make a huge move like that without consulting everyone first. So we'll get into that a little bit later, as I've been saying, but we won't trade Matt Chapman in this episode. We could get some big name like Christian Yelich back, but we'll wait on that. Players to keep 100%. He gives some great reasons why, but I'll just list them here. Olsen, Canna, Manea, Wendelken. A's that he would keep but could possibly move now or even down the road. Luzardo, Blackburn, Trevino, Diekman, Pizzi. So he's changing on what he earlier said because he will regress, and Quick Bud is on a 1-year deal, and he has some of the best per 9 simulations possible. That's why we'll keep Pizzi. Mateo, Grossman, and Laureano. So we want to keep all those guys for the moment. Go ahead and pause if you want to read why. He gives some fantastic explanations. Starting pitching, Sean Manaea, bang, we're looking good. Next, he says, go after Mike Soroka, the Canadian unit himself. 100% the player I would target first for the series. He's Canadian and a potential crowd pleaser. My YouTube analytics tell me that it's about the same percentage of American and Canadian viewership. So, hey, if you like Mike Soroka, I think we're going to try to go after him. But whether you're Canadian or not, I think you can definitely get on board with Mike Soroka joining this team. His age, potential, and per 9 combo honestly seems perfect. Should be elite to start and only get better. Perfect contract to boot. Highest recommendation. Next is Ryan Yarbrough. Ideal starter, per 9s for an attainable player. 28 and on a sweetheart deal. If you get those three together, I think nothing but good times will come from pitching. Next, you have the non-star position players worth a look. Jorge Soler, I hope I said that right, Jesse Winkler, and Kevin Newman. These three players are not players I'm going to get this episode, but players I want you all to consider. Look at the reasons why he's suggesting them, and we'll go from there. If I got anyone, maybe it'll be Kevin Newman, depending if we trade Marcus Semien, but we'll come back to this. I don't want to completely overhaul the team before we even move into the season and before anyone puts in their input, but these are good examples. Pat goes on to talk about coaches here. He says that they matter less than in NHL, but are still important for success. The head coach and farm director have the most variance in what they boost. Just look for the best mix. I would keep Bob Melvin as head coach for now and replace every other coach. And scattered throughout the next number of comments, I won't show this, but just his main points are that contact, discipline, and power are most important for the hitters. For the batters, drag bunting doesn't matter, stuff like that. For pitching, you want to boost the per 9s, stamina, durability, all that good stuff. So we're going to be looking into that. Also, he says to get sponsors, and we're going to look at that as well. And training is the last thing that he comments about. Manual training is the wave. All pitchers I set to pitching coach session as it boosts per 9s. Can't read. Hitters are case by case. Always contact, power, or hitting coach session. The exception being a guy with very low durability. Then you go for physical condition. So I've already gone ahead and set all the players' trainings here. They're all doing contact, power, or their per 9. Everyone has already been gone through, and they are all set up for their training. Thank you, Pat. Now going over to the other comments from L. Michaelac67, he says, agreed, trade Soria and Pizzi, but then, we kind of get the reasoning for why Pizzi should stay, so I understand why he's not going to move. Look to add a young catcher, starting pitcher, and maybe even a second baseman. Please shed Chris Davis's contract at the earliest convenience. It will strap the team over the next 2 seasons. Probably won't get much in return, see prospects, whatever, but we'll see. I don't know. I like Chris Davis, but I'm not opposed to moving him, like I said. Just that if we did, it would be something I'd want to hear back a little bit more on. Signing Ben Zobrist would be a good 1-year bridge at second. Should be able to snag him cheap. If not, go for Scooter Gennett. Pitching should certainly be addressed next offseason. There should be plenty of 2 to 4 slotted rotation pieces, which are with our prospect Luzardo cementing in the 5 spot, knowing that he will grow into a potential ace by the time that he is 26. Really excited about this series. Really hope it takes off. Thank you, my friend. I really appreciate the input. And even threw in later on that Dustin May should be someone we go for. They have him as a relief pitcher in the updated rosters, but he is most certainly a starter. He sims well and grows into a solid ace to build around. And he is the ginger guard after all. So you know what I like about this? The guy's a relief pitcher. I can put him as a starting pitcher and it doesn't hurt me. It's not like NHL, like, oh, this guy's a defenseman, but he has great offensive stats. Do you want to put him as a forward? -3 chemistry. You can just do what you want because we're all human beings who can talk to each other. So, wow, that was a lot of stuff, a lot of suggestions right there. I have it all written down in front of me, my game plan that I'm going to be going with. There's a few things that we're definitely going to do, a few things that we might do, and it will start with the coaching right here. So, sorry for the long intro and all that good stuff. So, Pat suggested keeping Bob Melvin and firing everyone else. I'm not sure if we'll fire the hitting coach. I know the -1 power is not good, but the bunting doesn't really hurt. Plus, he would cost us if we fired him, right? I just don't, like, let's see, if we fired this guy, our cash flow is 1.4 million and our staff salary is 13.55. And then, okay, then it goes, cash flow goes up, but staff salary goes down as we now need the pitching coach there. First base coach, -3 fielding. It doesn't hurt us per se, but it doesn't help us either. Like, the simulation stats aren't hurt, but we could get someone who helps the simulation stats. You get what I'm saying? So I don't mind the +1 stealing and +1 durability. Maybe if we could just fire this guy for the fielding, arm accuracy, and durability. So once again, staff salary goes down to 12.63. I don't like the -2 on the home runs per 9. The +3 power is nice. But first, let's take care of the pitching, the first base coach, and then we'll see what we're looking like in the salary game. He suggested a few names to me, but I think all these guys are generated. I'm not sure if it's different for every person's game. So basically, I just want to look at someone who has an A attribute if possible, because that means that our pitchers will like that. We had a few pitchers who said they weren't happy with the coaching. So if we get an A attribute pitching coach, that would be optimal. So I'm going to take a look through all these guys, and I'll be back in a second. I threw out in the Discord server here 3 thumbs up, love 3 thumbs up, we all know him. He says, John Smith, most basic name in human history, I love him. Then Pat says, all 3 are very good and similar, go for Smith, but as an old man / Pistons fan, I would go Thomas, but they are basically the same. You know what, for the +3 hits per 9, plus the Isaiah Thomas connection for the Detroit Pistons, for Pat's good old Detroit Pistons, let's go ahead and do him. We'll make him an offer. He wants 3 years, $1.2 million. Let's try and bring him down. Let's try 3 years at 1.1. He's an old man going into his retirement. What do you say? Bang. Welcome to the Oakland Athletics organization. For the first base coach, I already went through all of them. Luis Hagan, he seems to be the best. He gives the speed, reaction, durability, which is nice. Arm strength doesn't really matter, and I'd rather have him than another A-rated guy where it's just like blocking and fielding. So let's just do it. Why not? He's an old guy. He's gonna retire soon. Let's try 3 years, $3 million. Let's keep him humble, and he accepts. Wonderful. So with those coaching contracts done, staff salary at 14.77, cash flow at 1.44, and everyone is much happier. And if we go look at the morale screen, who's happy with coaching? Now it's 53 satisfied. Before, I believe there was a lot of unhappies and even angries. Now it's 53 satisfied, which will help with people's overall morale. All right, so with that taken care of, now we move into the trade talk. So free agency will be after we figure out who gets traded. There were a lot of names thrown out there: Garver, Soroka, Yarbrough, Dustin May, Soler, Winker, Newman. So I'm just going to do what the first few here that I think would be most needed for the team. First off, we got to get a catcher. So Austin Allen, he's good. He played well in that one game we just played in the preseason. 73 overall at B potential. That's nice. He could grow into a nice 80 overall kind of guy. But at the moment, I don't know if I really want him being my everyday guy. I'd rather have him being my backup catcher at only a 73 overall. Meanwhile, Sean Murphy, he's a year younger, and he's 4 overall less than Allen, but he has the A potential, and he has a little red thingy next to his name. So that's how you know he's a good prospect. No, but seriously, he has A potential. His contact's not bad at all, but the arm strength and arm accuracy, stuff like that, definitely boosts his stats a little bit. His power's not there, and although he has the A potential, he is getting a little bit old for my liking. It's a bit of my bias in NHL. Like, if a guy had good potential but hadn't grown into it by 25, you'd know that he's not going to make it, but baseball, very different. However, if we could flip Sean Murphy to the Twins, there he is, Mitch Garver. So Mitch Garver, he is 29 years old, 84 overall, B potential, so he won't grow into a 90 or whatever. But hey, look at the power, 88 and 90. Contact, beautiful, especially against lefties. He has good discipline, which is going to be very important for getting the walks. And the catching stats are fine. They are fine. So I would love to get Mitch Garver. Pat raises a great point about how he would be a nice fit in the lineup, plus a first-team kind of guy. Austin Allen can be backing him up. I think it really works out. It's sad to move a good prospect, but I think this is a very nice return. So the trade offer says, we think we should be getting more value than what you're offering us. I'm just going to throw in a couple guys who I was going to dump anyways. Jordan Weems here, 27 years old, D potential. And this guy, Lucas, whatever, 57 overall, 33 years of age, C potential. And then there you go. We're definitely interested in making this deal. So you don't have to play games in NHL like, hey, I'm offering you triple the amount of trade value. And they're like, oh, you're not even in the right ballpark. And you're like, well, then what is the actual value associated to that player? Here, you actually know what the value is and if they would do it or not. So let's go ahead and propose it. The first deal here under the new regime of the Oakland Athletics, acquiring Mitch Garver from the Minnesota Twins for Murphy, Weems, and Luigi, however you want to say it. What do you say, Minnesota? Thank you very much. Sounds like a good deal to us. We'll accept that trade. Mitch, welcome to the team. Now, if you go over to roster, I believe, yeah, great news. I just got word that the Twins have accepted our trade offer. Really? You don't say, Assistant GM. Thank you for letting me know. So he is now in the MLB right there. So he's listed as an 80 overall since he's angry because he's on the bench. Oh no, but we're going to put him in the lineup. Don't worry about that. He wants more money in the contract. We'll get to contract extensions soon. Do not worry. Let's go make our next trade. Next, a bit of a smaller deal here. Ryan Yarbrough on the Tampa Bay Rays. B potential, 80 overall, 28 years of age. Has some very nice and even per 9 stats. The low velocity, I guess, just takes his overall down a little bit. But I like that his potential is B. I like that he's still relatively young. I like that he's a lefty as well. And he has a sweetheart deal, as Pat said, only $584K this year, and then we can get him renewed, arbitration, blah, blah, blah. Great stuff. So Ryan Yarbrough, what's it going to cost to get him? We already said we wanted to trade Soraya here. He's 35 years of age. We're going to keep Pizzi as our setup man for Hendrick. So if we throw him in there, we're already pretty close, and we're shedding a lot of money, which is great. We could say what else would it take? They want Pinder and Matteo. Chad Pinder, second baseman for us. 28 years old with B potential. I like Chad Pinder, but he is making $2 million. And if we go get better second base help in free agency, it could be good for us. He's very nice. Oh, he plays a lot of secondary positions as well. I like Chad Pinder. I like this guy. What about the shortstop? The shortstop, again, a guy with B potential. Don't like trading the guys with B potential as much. I'd rather throw in Goins here. He's not going to be anything for us. Pinder might have to happen here, because it's true. If we get Zobrist, Barreto becomes a bench player, and then Pinder would be down in AAA. So I guess we could trade Pinder, but they don't want Goins back, Ryan Goins. Actually, I was just experimenting. Actually, Daniel Mengden gets it done here. 27 years old, C potential, 72 rating. Not bad at all. Love the mustache. Look at this guy. Love the stash on Daniel Mengden. Beauty. Certified beautician. But I'd rather trade him and keep the first base prospect. So what do you say, Tampa Bay, for Ryan Yarbrough? Is it a deal? Yes, it is. Man, I'm going to miss that mustache big time. But Ryan Yarbrough is on the team. All right, last big deal that I think we're looking at the moment is we said we're going to go after Mike Soroka over on the Braves. So Mike Soroka, 22 years old, A potential, 82 overall. We'll get him signed to a nice deal. Now, what will it cost to get Mike Soroka? It will cost quite a bit. First piece that I think we have to include is Marcus Semien. The man is 88 overall. You love that. 29 years of age. B potential, though, which is very nice, but he's not going to go up to the mid-90s, high 90s. He is making $13 million, and he's only going to want more from there. He has great durability and arm accuracy, which boosts the overall a bit. Power's not great. Power is fine. Contact is also very fine with the 80 for contact against lefties. That's great stuff. But if he is what it will cost to get Mike Soroka, when I look through this entire roster and from Pat's suggestions as well, I'm looking at pieces that are untouchable. Like, we could move Matt Chapman, but that would even be more than enough, so we don't need to move him. Olsen and Canna, we said we didn't want to touch. Olsen's great as well. He would be able to be if we get him on a nice deal, that would be huge. Great power from him. We don't want to move Manea. We don't want to move Wendelken. So we don't want to move Laureano, I don't think. So I don't know what it's going to cost here. Piscotty, Semien, then there's... it's gonna take some tweaking. I'll have to work with this a little bit. So I think we'll throw in Puck. We said that his stats are boosted because of the velocity. It's nice that he's a lefty. It's nice that he has good potential. It's nice that he has a little red thingy next to his name. We all love that. But if he's what it costs, then I don't know, it's getting costly. It's getting costly. All right, so we have to take back somebody due to the money, and it looks like Mark Melancon. I never know how to say that name, but he's 35 years old, making $15.5 million. He's gonna be off the books next season, so it's not a big deal if we even use him or not. So we'll just throw him in to make all the money even out if we're dealing Semien, and that makes the value a little bit more expensive, but it was who was recommended by Pat. Plus, I think he has the least amount of value for the most money. Like, I don't think with Chris Martin it would work. Actually, it could. Chris Martin, who is 4 overall higher and 33, but he's on a 2-year deal. I don't want to be paying $7 million for 2 years. We could get Shane Green though, 78, and he's on a 1-year deal at 6.3. Okay, that's better. Shane Green, we could do that. So, but that's saying that we're throwing in Franklin Barreto though. Franklin Barreto, we could even take a bit more back. Franklin Barreto, he's one of the better prospects. Just traded Pinder, so then we really have nobody at second base. That's a killer right there. I like Franklin Barreto very much. B potential, 24 years of age at 76 overall. That's a good prospect right there. There really is no one that makes it work. Even Frankie Montas, they would not take him. Wendelken, not going to work. Luzardo makes it work for sure. We don't want to move him, though. Actually, if we swap it back to Melancon, we could give them Frankie Montas. But if we trade Frankie Montas, we're really looking tough in the pitching category. We already weren't looking great. I don't think we can afford to trade Frankie Montas. I think I'd rather trade a second baseman than the guy who's going to be pitching second or third for us. Seth Brown gets it close, but not close enough. Trying with everybody here who has potential. This guy with a potential, 17 years of age. Everyone gets us close, but not close enough. It's going to look great down the road when we have an ace just twirling gems night in and night out. But this hurts right now to trade. This is a big move. I said I didn't want to make big moves like trading for Chapman, trading Chapman away just yet. But I'm going to go executive decision and make it happen, I think. So if we are trading Barreto, I'm going to take back as much value as we can. Oh, Jack Lopez. Can I get anybody here? Just at second base? Not even. All right, washed up relief pitcher it is. We'll take Jason Creasy, 56 overall, 27 years of age. Looks like that's going to be the best that we get. All right, so I know this is a crazy move, but it's going to be it's our gem starting pitcher. I know we give up. It's Puck I don't care too much about, but Barreto and Semien is what hurts. But we need the starting pitching help, and it doesn't get better than Mike Soroka. Let's just do it. Braves seemed like a good deal to us. We'll accept that trade. Thank you, Atlanta. With those trades, now we have to go and look in free agency and see what we are missing and what holes can be filled through there. Concerning the budget, I think things are looking good here. Projected cash flow is plus 2.1 mil. That's good to hear. Now, free agency. Ben Zobrist, we need a second baseman. We just traded both our second basemen. We definitely need one of them. I'd rather just give him 1 year. He'll be an everyday player, but he's not very interested in that. Why aren't you interested in that, Ben? Come on. I don't want to give you 2 years. You're already 38 years old. Let's try 1 year, 4.2, and he decided to accept. Hey, nice. 1 year, 4.2 million for Ben Zobrist. It's that simple. Welcome to the team. What do we need here? Starting pitchers: Manea, Soroka, Montas, Yarbrough. I think we're good at starting pitcher. I don't think we need Henderson Alvarez, to be honest. I don't think we need him. I'm going to pass on Henderson Alvarez. I don't think he's super necessary. Nishek was someone that we were interested in here. He's 39 years old, but he has great per 9 stats, especially there's an 89 and 80 and 82 sprinkled in there, so let's go for it. He has the A potential, so he won't drop too quick or anything like that. What does he want? Also want to just give him a 1-year deal. He'll be in the bullpen, which makes him happier, but I'd rather give him less. 2.4 million, no. 2.5, no. 2.6, no. 2.7, there we go. Pat, welcome. The other Pat. There. Catcher, we have Garver. Allen backs him up. We could use someone in the system, to be honest. Any young catchers here? AJ Kennedy, C potential. Chadwick Tromp with C potential. I wouldn't mind signing a couple of these. If I could find someone who has B potential, maybe. Brady Policelli. There's a lot of young guys down here. I'm not going to go through every single guy. You know what? Actually, hold on. 22? Jack Conley? No. Okay, let's just go for this guy up here. 24 years of age, 66 overall. Chadwick. Yeah, why not? Get him in the AAA. We need catchers for our team, right? 1 year, 70K. There you go. So we have 2 in the MLB, 1 in AAA, 1 in AA. We could still use some more, actually. So I'll take care of this off screen. I'll do that in a little bit. First baseman, you could probably use another one there. Second baseman, yeah, well, we got Ben Zobrist, which is good. Scooter Gennett, I'll think about him. Shortstop, we don't have anybody. Jorge Mateo. Addison Russell would not be a bad option. Although I'm sure he wants a lot of money. Yeah, he wants 4.9 a year. Curtis Granderson's here. Yeah, I mean, you know what? I'm going to have to reassess here. I'm going to fix up the roster and the lineups, and we'll see what we're looking like. All right, so I signed a couple of relief pitchers, mid 60 overalls with B potential. That'll be nice in the system. I released a couple of guys with D potential, but it really comes down to the shortstop here. There isn't really anyone that I'm interested in. I don't want Addison Russell for that price tag. I don't think he's anything crazy. He would definitely be good, but I want someone who's better than Jorge Mateo. Maybe, I don't know, anything better than a 72. Kevin Newman over on the Pirates was suggested to us, but it would be a bit costly to go and get Kevin Newman. I like him very much. Had him on my fantasy team last season. Kevin Newman, 26 years old, B potential, 74 overall. To get him, it would cost us Wendelken, Heim, and Beck. I don't really feel like trading two B potential players, especially Wendelken. I didn't want to move him. We could do this, but it's still Tanner Anderson has B potential. Brown has B potential. I don't know about this. I'd rather find someone a bit cheaper for right now. I feel like I'm trading a bit too much to start the series here. So I already feel like I'm pushing it, but shortstop is required. I'm going to go to player search here, see if we can get somebody. Okay, thank you very much, assistant GM. Pretty much any shortstop. We don't care about any of these other things. I don't think I care about any of these. Just overall minimum. We'll say overall minimum is like a 73, and overall max is like, I don't know, like an 85. No, that's too crazy. Like an 82. Could even just be a one season kind of thing. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. I like Freddie Galvis. Freddie Galvis is not bad, has good contact. Starts getting a bit more expensive up here. Didi Gregorius, love Big Didi from the Netherlands. Vision is nice, but doesn't mean that much, as we were saying earlier. I'm also going to put a max salary. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but just let's say like max 8 million, because I'm sure that's going to take out a lot of guys. Well, not a lot of guys, but a few guys who are making exorbitant amounts of money. You know, if we want someone who's not going to cost as much, maybe we should be going for someone who has C potential. So we'll say potential max is 80, right? Yeah, it's just all the C-rated players. So it comes down to these 5 guys right here. Miguel Rojas, not great power. Reaction fielding, it boosts the overall. We don't need that. Jose Iglesias, he has good vision, good clutch, but again, just overall boosters, it seems like. Freddie Galvis seems to be the most well-rounded of everybody here. Diaz, decent, and Owings. Owings is nice as well, but his power... Galvis has the power against righties. I'm going to try to go for Freddie Galvis. Let's see how much he would cost from the Reds. If we just say offer trade, they want... okay, they don't want much at all. Okay, we can get Freddie Galvis. I like this. They want Barrera over here, a center fielder. We don't even need to give up Barrera. Actually, he has 3 more years on contract. No, I'm going to keep Barrera. No point to trade him. Could just give them Dustin Fowler. I like this name, Sky Bull. That's a really cool name. So if I just give them Dustin Fowler, we're almost there. And then I can just toss in somebody after, just push it over like this. Yeah, here's a couple guys right here. Or even we could just put Bracewell. No, they want him. Yeah, okay, that works. So Dustin Fowler and a couple relief pitchers. We can just sign more for the system for Freddie Galvis. Yeah, I am okay with doing that. We have enough center fielders in the system. We could even sign more if need be. So that will be our new shortstop, at least for the moment. Thank you, Cincinnati. Freddie Galvis, welcome to Oakland. All right, so that'll be it for trades at the moment, but remember, Soler, Winker, and Newman were the 3 other players that were suggested, so we could go after them. This is just quickly look over them. We already saw Newman, so we don't have to look at him. Jesse Winkler, left fielder, B potential, 74 overall. Here are his stats. Soler over on the Royals here, 81 overall, B potential, 28 years of age. Great power from him, so he could be an option for the outfield, especially if we're going to move Matt Chapman, or if we need or if we're going to move Chris Davis, wherein we would require some help out in the outfield, because, or even if we move Piscotty could be someone we move. That contract's not going to look good down the road. Yeah, maybe we do trade Piscotty now, but the value wouldn't be enough for either of those 2 guys just alone. We can't forget Dustin May as well, suggested by Michael Ack. He said, starting pitchers. Dustin May, 71 overall, A rating, 21 years of age. So look at that head of hair. Oof. But that would definitely be costly. So that would be, if that's also on the blockbuster kind of range. If we do Piscotty and Montas and somebody else for Dustin May, that's maybe possible. Chris Bassett gets it close. So yeah, keep that in mind. Could be possible. Austin Allen gets it close, but yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to get pushed over. Liam Hendricks would make them want to do it, but I don't think I want to dump Hendricks just yet. Okay, so just keep that in mind. We can definitely still get made down the road. Not saying no to him at all. That's quite the overall here on Oakland, as the lineup kind of looks like this right now. I'm not going to touch it too much. We're just going to go through some more of the preseason, and we'll see how the team is faring. It just, look at that. We just fly through the days. Oof, not looking great. Not looking great at all. We just want to get a little bit of a taste of how these guys are performing. 6-6 through our first 12. Let's go see Yarbrough do a micromanaging game. All right, so we'll quick manage this one up against the Texans, as we'll just go right there. Uniforms look good at spring training. Capacity 9,400 people. It's cloudy skies, whatever. Ryan Yarbrough, he'll get the start. Didn't look good in his last one, but let's see it tonight. Zobrist's going to lead off. What's nice is that you can see that some guys are hot, some guys are cold, and you can replace them from there if you want. So let's start off. Ben Zobrist looking good in that picture with the A's uniform. It's nice that they edit that. So strikeout, ground out to start. That's great. Ryan Yarbrough. Let's see. We brought him over from Tampa Bay. Single to start it off. Great. Watch the steal. Watch the steal. All right. Strikeout. Stolen base. Now he gets it. Willie Calhoun fly out, but moves him over to third. Joey Gallo's coming up. You know, I'm going to pitch around Joey Gallo. The guy, he only hits for power. I'm trying to make him go swimming, and he flies out. There we go. Make him go fishing out for that ball. Olsen strikeout. Davis ground out. Chapman double. Okay, with 2 outs, I think we'll just swing with Piscotty. Pop up. All right, strikeout. Ground out. Strikeout. Freddie, let's go. Get yourself in the groove once more. Steal. Single. Sorry. Not going to steal. I saw it as steal. It's 20. Single for him. Mark Cannon, DH, single. All right. Men on first and second. No outs. Ben Zobrist. This is why I signed you. Against lefties here. He has that 77 contact. Let's go. Let's go. Walk. Wow. All right. Bases loaded for Laureano. Against lefties, he has the 72 contact, 65 power. Only batting 100 at 40 at-bats. Yikes. Laureano, this is your chance. Sack fly, gets a man in. All right, respect. Garver, strikeout. Olsen, fly out. Odor, double. That's not a good way to start it off. Energy's getting a bit low. Fly out, moves him over to third. Watch the pop-up. I'm going to pitch around him. Gets a walk. Oh, this is tough. Pick off first, safe. Duffy, strikeout. Calhoun, how is he against lefties? Not as good. 56 contact. Once again, I'm going to pitch around him again. Another walk. Joey Gallo, how is he against lefties? Yikes. 104 power against lefties. Contact is not good, but if there's anyone that you don't want to be coming up with bases loaded, it seems like it's Joey Gallo. So I think you know what this means. It's time to enter the game and see what we can do to try to strike out Joey. Last time we went into a game, it was way too loud, so I hope that it's not as loud. I made the crowd lower. I lowered the volume. So I hope that you're able to hear things well here. Let's do it. Start off with a cutter, down low. Cutter down low. Right there. He's set. Good. And the pitch. All right, what do we got? Ooh, got him swinging. First pitch, strike. Beautiful.
Odor at third. Andres at second.
Calhoun. We're going with a cutter down and away again. With 2 down. Right on the corner. Bang. Oh, again. There we go. Oh, and this one's not going to give it to me. All right, actually, he did. Oh, no, sorry, 1-1.
Last pitch, so I like that they went away with this one. The execution didn't
go for a sinker. And again, swinging again. The catcher's telling me go for the sinker. All right, Mitch. Right there. Go for the sinker down low. Ooh, beautiful. All right, 2 strikes and 1 ball. Seems to be, it seems to be working. Let's go for a cutter down the way again. He's confident with it. Come on, Yarbrough. Give me another cutter down low. Right there. Let's go. Ooh,
neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue.
What's he telling me now? He's telling me cutter up high? All right, Mitch. I'm going to trust you. Right there. Good. Come on. Oh, there we go. He's out with bases loaded. Let's go. We got him just watching. Caught him looking, and that's a strikeout for Ryan Yarbrough. Beautiful. We definitely needed that. Okay, so with that, we can now go back to quick manage, and now we continue. So swing for Davis, strikeout. Chapman, ground out. Piscotty, single. Freddie Galvis, single. All right, Mark Canna. Let's enter the game here with Mark Canna and see if we can try and get some action going for him. You can do regular swing, contact swing, power swing. Let's see this first pitch. Oh, I like that. Oh, I was a bit late, though.
Well hit. Right fielder looking
far,
up, still
and
going
it
back.
Is out of here.
Into the home
I was a bit late on the swing, I thought. But Mark Canha hits a 3-run home run on the first pitch. I wasn't even going to swing on the first pitch. But I liked that it was high, and it was a bit outside. I decided late, and that is a home run for the A's. Oof. We had 2 men out. We got a couple.
Hey, that's the price you pay right there when you try and sneak a fastball past this guy. Power hitter, and every power hitter in the league knows.
Swing time good, eh? I thought it was a bit late, but okay. We're gonna go back to the quick manager. Zobrist strikes out. All right, Yarbrough, you've done well. I'm gonna probably pull you soon. That's a walk, a strikeout, 1 run scored. Okay, I'm probably gonna pull you now. Yeah, we're going to put a righty in there. Yarbrough, you did well, but I'm going to go ahead and switch you out with... who can I give a chance to over here? Fears? Mike Fears. You know, he's trying to stay in the team and not get sent down to AAA, so we might as well give him an opportunity. Mike Fears. 1 run scored. Awesome. And a 2-run home run. Oh, nice. Okay, you are not going to be making this team, it seems like. Where can I change the pitcher? Substitution? I don't want to do substitute. Oh, I can't. Oh, that's the new rules, eh? You can't take him out. Fly out. Okay, now I can change him. Pitch and change. Blackburn. Why not? Paul Blackburn. Let's see what he can do. Single and ground out. Sheesh. Laureano. Pitching change. Corey Kluber's coming in here. Ooh, Corey. What's his overall? 88. Still got it. Strikeout. Walk. Okay. How is he against righties? He has great power, Chris Davis does. Let's try and go in here again. Davis himself, we're thinking about trading him. He has the power, good on-base percentage, good slugging percentage. Let's go for a power swing. If we just get the right pitch.
First pitch of the at-bat.
Oh, yeah, that's what I wanted. Okay, that's good.
And that finds the outfield grass for a base hit.
Load the base. Maybe could have run home.
And a good
Didn't want to risk it. All right, nice single for Davis.
So they're loaded now with only 1 away.
Base is loaded now. Who is walking up here? It's Matt Chapman.
Base is loaded, 1
Doesn't
away.
quite have the power, though,
up next, the power-hitting
1
third
out.
baseman Matt Chapman.
Fly here. I'm going to try and just manage instead. I'll do the sac fly. I just want to get 1 run right here. Sac fly, beautiful. That's just what we needed. Biscotti, go for it. And that's a strikeout. Gallo's now up. Okay. Single, fly out, walk, strikeout. Beautiful. Galvis, fly out, pop up, double, walk. Garver, walk. Ooh. Bases loaded for Matt Olson. Better against righties, that's for sure. But I don't want to take him out. Matt Olson, he's playing first base. I don't want to take him out. So, you know what? Go for it, my friend. I will not blame you either way. It's 1 run scored. Yes, let's go. Chris Davis against righties. We're going to go back up. Let's do it. Back up with Chris Davis again.
So stepping in,
we're up 6-4, top of the 6th inning. Now, I'm swinging too much on the first pitch. I want to take the first pitch and just try and see what this guy's throwing right now. Okay, I didn't want that. I wanted a bit more inside.
So important getting ahead with the bases loaded. Already a difficult situation, so you don't want to make it any harder by falling behind in the count.
Just a bit more inside. Come on, Mendez.
The 0-1 offering.
Right there. Oh,
swung
no.
On and missed that strike 2.
Oh, that was an early swing.
Hey, that's
as well.
The kind of swing you'd like to
that
see a guy take with the bases loaded. He's going for the downs. Come on, I dare you. Give it to me. Bang.
Fouled off.
Had to swing on that. Had to get the foul.
6 runs, 9 hits.
This guy doesn't like throwing fastballs,
and no errors in the ball game for the A's so far.
He's giving me the changeup, though, is the one that I went swimming on. Right there again.
And another foul ball.
Away. Now I just gotta. He knows that I have to just swing it anything.
Here's the 0-2.
If he puts it in the strike zone,
leaps and makes a terrific catch, and with that, the side is retired.
All right, Davis, you did it for us last time, but
stepping in,
do it all the time. Back to Blackburn here. Strikeout, fly out. Chapman, pitching change. Ooh, solo home run. Love it. Scotty, Galvis. Okay, Blackburn, he's looking good. I'm gonna keep him in for a little bit. Shin Soo Choo, love Shin Soo. Strikeout and pinch hitter, strikeout, and another pinch hitter, ground out. All right, Blackburn, I see you. Zobrist, pitching change again. Zobrist, defensive substitution, and another defensive substitution. Single, walk, 2 runs scored. All right, the floodgates are open. 9-4, single, fly out, walk. Freddie Galvis has the bases loaded. You know I can't say no to Freddie Galvis with bases loaded. He just came here.
He scored after reaching on a single in his last time up.
Give it to me right here. Hit it
First
right
delivery
there.
to him
You know
on the
what?
way.
You know what? I just, changed my mind last second. Opposite field.
Long
Let's go.
Run
Oh,
for the
wow.
right fielder.
Wow,
And
wow,
this will
wow,
find
wow,
the
wow.
wall out near the visitors'
You know what?
bullpen.
Keep it up. No.
In at
Okay,
second
I held up at
safely
third.
as
Wow.
2 runs come across to score away from the play.
2 RBI double.
Yeah, with the bases loaded, he didn't walk a run in, so instead he makes the cardinal mistake
2
of putting
RBI
it
double
right in the heart of
for
the
Freddie
plate.
Galvis. The floodgates are open against Texas. And let's just finish it off. Blackburn, you're playing very well. I'm going to take you out in the 9th inning. I'm going to keep you in for the 8th. Pop-up ground-out strikeout. Wow, this guy's killing it. Zobrist, let's just, yeah, whatever. All right, unless he blows it here. I feel like he deserves to close it out, but yeah, why not? Single, fly out. Yeah, let's just give it to him. Fly out, bang. 11-4. Blackburn played amazing.
Wow, they were
and
banging
that is
on
a
all
nice
cylinders.
win.
From
all
the
the new
leadoff
coaching
man
staff,
to
everybody's
the number
happy
9
over
guy,
on
the owner.
A's.
They
There's
absolutely
Melvin
cruised
with
to a
his
7-run
glasses.
victory.
The outfield
If it were
smiling.
only always that easy, right?
11-4 at the end of this affair. The Athletics used a nice 5th inning to take the lead, and they never gave it back. Paul Blackburn is credited with the win. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plezak, and Heidi Wackey, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Twitter at MLB The Show.
No errors. They left none.
So I'm really sorry if that volume was too loud. I'm going to keep that in the video no matter what. So I'm really sorry if it was too loud. If it was, then I'll make sure it's fixed next time. I thought I had it fixed this time, but I will see that in post. All right, so I guess we could pretty much call it there. I don't want to go too much or towards the end of spring training. I want to go to the draft, but that's just too much now because we did a lot in this episode. What I have to hear back from all of you about is the contract extensions especially. All these players need contract extensions. What do we give them? Because they're asking a lot of money. Who do we re-sign? Who do we not re-sign? Look at all the faces right here. Chapman, Hendricks, Pizzi, Canna, Olsen, Laureano, Manea, Soroka, Garver, Montas, Yarbrough, Zobrist, Wendelken, Green, Nishek, Luzardo, Grossman, Bassett, and then it just keeps going down. Allen, Galvis, Fierce, Kemp, Trevino, Blackburn. Everyone needs contracts. We've got to figure it out either now or later. Guy like Hendricks. So this is interesting. Actually, not like Hendricks. Let me see. A guy like Laureano here, a young guy. So we could go 1 year, look in the bottom right corner, and give him 1.5, and then he's renewable. We could give him 2 years at 6.5, and then he gets arbitration. Even 3 years. Even 4 years, actually. 4 years at 6.5. Yeah, we give him 4 years. But if it's 5 years or more, he wants $19 million a year. So what should we be doing with Laureano? Each guy has a different range here. Like you have the 1 year range, it's the 1 to 3 range, or the 4+ range. It's different for each guy. You could get Matt Chapman for 3 years at 1.9. That's crazy. That's crazy. We can't, like we were thinking about trading him, but a 92 overall guy at 1.9 million for 3 years, he would be arbitration eligible after that. What do we do? Garver, we can get him signed up 3 years at 950K. Am I missing something? Is that just crazy? Like, what's up with arbitration that they're willing to take such a cut in their salary? Am I missing something? What about Soroka? What would Soroka want? He wants, let's go for a few years. He wants he would go up to 4 years at 7.5 million. Not bad at all. And then Sean Manea would be willing to take 2 years at 3.9 or 3+ years. Yeah, so I'd go 2 years probably on Sean Manea. Yarbrough wants 4 years at 3.5. Okay, we could definitely do that. So, yeah, so arbitration, I need to learn about that. Contract extensions is what I need to hear back from all of you about. I would love to hear some lineup suggestions as well. What do you think about this lineup that the computer put? Should it be fixed moving into the season? Who should stay up? Who should go down at the end of spring training? I know you haven't really seen their stats, but just in general, kind of regardless of the stats, who needs to go to AAA for more conditioning? What should our rotation look like? Who should we trade? Bassett should probably move. And who should we acquire? I know it's a lot of questions. I know we did a lot in this episode, so I'm sorry if that's a bit overwhelming, but there were a lot of things to get done after the introductory episode last week. So that's exactly where we will call it. It's been a week since the last episode, and it's probably going to be another week or so plus until the next one. Been doing finals as well as now the Christmas break. So a little break on the channel here with the uploads. Don't be frightened. You can just hop into the Discord server. We can keep talking about it, but there won't be a recorded episode here on YouTube for a little while. That allows a lot of time for everyone to tell me what to do because I could really use some help as we saw. So thanks so much for watching. If you're new to the channel and you're not already subscribed, make sure that you are. are, NHL franchise mode, MLB franchise mode, and more. All the links for everything down in the description, including the Twitch page where we're doing live streams, Twitter, Discord, where all those discussions happen, and more. So once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.